Bakugan is a big brand, so because it's a big brand, they make merchandise for it. So I'm going to go over a few categories of merchandise. This video talking about the gadgets, practical products, and figurines that aren't the base toys. Let's start with the practical stuff. We have here some Bakugan pencils with eraser toppers at the Battle Brawlers. Unfortunately, there's no Hydronoid, but they're still pretty cute. They even have little attribute-like colors they come in too. These were made by Jazzwares, who you should expect to see most of the merchandise from in the series. Jazzwares also made these stamps of the original Battle Brawlers, excluding Hydronoid again, but they for some reason chose to replace Hydronoid with a Darkest Dragonoid. This could be because Hydronoid's toy didn't release until New Vestroia and it goes for I lost hope in this market, but this could also be that this was released very early in the series before Hydronoid even joined the Battle Brawlers. Funnily enough, the Darkest Drago stamps out one of Hydronoid's concept designs, which I guess is pretty cool, and they for some godforsaken reason go for 20 bucks on eBay for one stamp! I'm assuming that's like 4 or 6 times the retail price, because who would pay this much for one stamp that probably doesn't work? Who the hell would do that? For our next product, we go deep into the depths of Australia, and talk about whatever the frick this is. This was labeled as a Bakugan promotional set in the box, but then the wiki calls it a trolley set, and then the Bakugan fandom page calls it the Bakugan stationary set. In other words, I don't know what it is. It just comes with a bunch of products. I don't know who made these. I don't know what it's actually called. All I know is that these are Australian exclusive and it's hard to find on eBay. Moving into gadgets, we start with this beauty! This here is a Swiss Army knife, shaped like the original Dragonoid, except it doesn't have a knife. It can be used as a pencil, it can be used as a magnifying glass, it can be used as a mirror to remind yourself, I gotta work on that Dan Kuzo cosplay. It's made by Jazzwares. Oh. That explains a lot. Next, we have the Baku Clock, which is one of the only pieces of Bakugan merch I actually have. And what it does is it functions like an alarm clock, meaning it does nothing but give you some migraines. It also functions as a radio if you want to listen to some classics, or some trash that made the top 50 from Spotify. This was also one of the few marvels not to be made by Jazzwares, despite sounding like a Jazzwares product. Instead, this was made by Digital Blue Electronics, who shut down so I can't name some of their other work. And those are the only 2 gadgets I can find online, because they're both in the Bakugan wiki and I can't find anything else. So moving on to figures, aka toys that aren't the marbles. Starting off with these little My Busy Book looking figures found in Dollar Tree and Five Below. These were released during Evolutions and came with Dragonoid, Hydorus, Trox, and Nilius figures in their base faction, and a different faction. I have the Aqua's Hydorus figure in my workspace because, well, I love Hydorus. Can't you tell? The Dollar Tree figures come in blind bags, while the Five Below figures come with a figure, its respective character card in hollow form, and also a random vanilla action card from the Battle Brawlers card set in hollow form. Then we have the Bakugan action figures, statues of Bakugan from Season 1, plus some Bakugan from Season 2 like Wilda, Ingram, Nemesis, and Percival. But surprisingly, there isn't one of Elfin or Helios, which is weird because the 2 are massive characters in New Vestroia, especially Helios. Like, we live in a society where a show-accurate Viper Helios is more expensive than one with a Bakugan trap attached to it. That is not a joke, that is an actual eBay listing I found. My favorite of the figures has to be Alpha Hydronoid. Like, dude legit gives Sephiroth vibes, okay? He just stands there on a boulder, menacingly! To conclude this video, the one you all saw coming. Whether you're a fan of Bakugan or not, we can all agree that for a figure based on a kids show, this looks so damn cool. This here is a diorama of Dan Kuzo and Dragonoid made by Bedrock Collectibles, and it looks sick. Drago's closed ball form is sitting there covered in flames, Drago looks imposing, Dan is here holding what is either a gate card or an ability card, and the base is even a gate card. And the colors of Drago remind me of Neo Dragonoid from New Vestroia, which is pretty cool I guess. It's slightly taller than the Hydronoid from earlier, being 11 inches tall. Even the card is removable from Dan's fingers. The amount of detail here is sick. My only issue is the price. It's $118 in US dollars and $155 in Canadian dollars. Still, I highly recommend Bedrock Collectibles for as expensive as their stuff is, like this Justice League statue being $4,000 Canadian, and how they only have 42 products, but still, give them their support. Maybe they'll make new products someday.